What's up everyone, it's Roger here from DisKingdom.com, and I'm just going to give you a first impressions of the new Tron Run /R game, which is out now on PlayStation 4, PC, and it's also going to be coming to Xbox One. So I'm playing on the PlayStation 4 version, and this is the Tron City, so this is kind of like the running version of it. So you're kind of running along. It's kind of, some people like to talk about it being like a mobile game, like kind of a bit like the Ultimate Spider-Man one, but I definitely tell that this is a much higher level in terms of how it plays. It's pretty cheap. It was about £8, $15, and there are additional add-ons that you can get in the US. Doesn't look like they're available here in the UK. Yeah, now it's kind of a bit interesting to see that they have introduced these power-ups and companions, which you have to use with bits. Now, what is kind of funny with these is you buy them when you're playing them at first, but also you can buy additional ones in the US to kind of, and it connects onto the server, but they weren't available on the European store when I bought this one on the Friday. Now, as I said, it's kind of an interesting thing of how they're doing this. I'm not too sure about having microtransactions in this little cheap game because it doesn't really seem like it should be in there. However, they are there. You don't necessarily need to use them, especially not on the early levels. Maybe if a bit later on you're finding it a little bit tricky, it's definitely worth checking out. But I think, the graphics on this game do look a lot better than I think you would have imagined on a mobile game. So as we jump now into the main sort of running game, you can see here you've kind of got energy where you grab at things as you go along. You can see things going off in the foreground. You're running along. You can jump. You can slide. Now when you're first playing through like this one here, you do get little options come up. You get little, you can hover, like I said, you can slide. And you can be hit about 3 times. You can also shoot at enemies. And overall, I had a lot of fun with this. It's definitely a kind of game that takes a lot of practice and replayability. Kind of keep jumping through. For the price of this game, I was really impressed with it. I spent a few hours on the first night I got it. I've been playing it through over the weekend before I kind of do a proper review of it. But it just looks, I was just really, really impressed with the overall look of how it feels. The music is good because it's kind of very electronic, and that's if you're into that thing, but obviously not for everyone. But it's just, I just love the overall feel of the game. It just had that kind of feeling like it was a Tron one. It's kind of, like I said, it reminded me a little bit of the Ultimate Spider-Man game, but I'm going to be honest, I really enjoy playing it, and I'm going to be playing a little bit more, and I want to kind of get through the levels and master it. There is also a version where you kind of do a streaming version, and you've kind of got to try and keep running as long as possible. I didn't do quite as well as I did in this particular version. Things to watch out for while you're playing this one is basically, like I said, keep playing it, keep going through, keep learning where you've got to go next. It's going to be learning the tracks and kind of learning the way to kind of really master them. So that is always a good thing with this game, is it allows for that replayability. So you can see here as we're playing through on the second go, doing a little bit better than I did on the first one. Almost need to treat the first few goes literally just as a training exercise. But I was very impressed with it, and for a console game, I don't think this is really would work as well on a iPads, for example. I like having the buttons, and I think it's a very, very smart game. And this is, like I said, this is only the running thing. There's a whole cycle game to it that you want to check out the video for that as well, because that's a whole different type of game, which I kind of enjoyed, and it's completely different from this one. But anyway, guys, I'd love to know your thoughts on this Tron Run game. It'd be great to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And just in general, what you guys think of these kind of sort of almost like mobile type games coming to the consoles and PC. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Remember, check us out at DisKingdom.com, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Laters.